Hey guys, it's BW. We're outside the garage. Sorry about the wind and the background noise. We're taking a break from the Nova today. Our neighbor's having a big picnic out back and we don't want to interrupt that with a bunch of grinding, hammering and all that. So I'm going to try to get this driver's side tank drained. If you guys remember the muffler shop, the guy was worried about fumes and everything, so he filled my tank up with water. There's no fuel in it, it's all water, and I'm sure it's rusty water at that by now. But I'm going to pop a hole into the back of it with a drill, and we're just going to drain out what's in there and see if we can work on getting that tank dropped down and maybe possibly going and getting one ordered. See what happens. All right, give me a minute to get set up. All right, well, I mean, you guys can see the brand new exhaust. I don't feel like he was close enough to even do all that stuff that he did, but it made him feel better, I guess. I told him all he had to do was start the truck up and put a tube inside the tank running exhaust and it would take all the oxygen out, but he didn't believe me. So such is life. So I feel like I want to drill a hole right here at the back of the tank and we'll see what we get. Must have all ran out, guys, because nothing's coming out. I was ready for this, so it's all this stuff come rushing out, sort of anticlimactic. Maybe it ran out on its own over time, I guess. All right, guys, well, real quick, see that rust spot right there? And you see that drop right there? That's water, so that's where it took care of itself. It's out though. Tank's bone dry. All right, let me drop these straps. And we also have a colony of ants that just decided that they were gonna participate in today's activities. They're everywhere. All right, guys, well, I just started to mess with one of the strap bolts, and as soon as I did, look at the water coming out of the leak. Now we're on a tilt and we got a hole that big, it's bone dry. Pop a hole and speed that up a little bit. Right, but you can see where somebody was messing around with this. Them are brand new hose clamps on there, and I was noticing at the valve over there's a bunch of new clamps as well, so somebody was fooling around with this not too long ago. All right, well, I ran over to the parts store. Sorry about the wind. I got the gas tank sending unit and the straps on order. They should be here tonight or tomorrow. They're pretty good. It's right down at the hub in Philly. All right, guys, I was able to pry the back bracket out. Like I said, I got the new straps coming, but we'll have to take these rivets out, and this is where you attach the new one. And then you can also see this material that goes around the strap. They didn't have that. I asked about it at the store. They didn't have it. So I'm feeling like one of two things I think I'll probably do is I'll either use roof and tar paper, double it up, or I'll get like an inner tube or something, you know, and split an inner tube. But this is a cloth material, so I think I'm leaning towards, I think I actually have some of that tar paper around here somewhere. Here, Dad, you got any at your house, John?
I might have some tar paper down in the basement. I'll bring it over to you.
Right.
You just tell me one.
All right. We'll see if I need it. But I think that's what we're going to go with here. I still have to pry the front. I got the the hose, the filler neck hose off, and the overflow, or whatever you want to call that little bypass hose. I have that off as well. The only thing that's holding it right now is the fuel line and a little bit of the front bracket. So let me take a look and see if I can undo the fuel line yet or not. We might have to take it all the way off and let it kind of hang there. You guys can see a little more rusty water came out, but not much. It kind of smells like gas, but not really. It just stinks. It's like, oh yeah, that stud went back in that hole, John.
No, no.
There it is. Alright, there's that one. The only thing holding that up right now is the fuel line. I guess that ain't really a great thing, but it is what it is. I'll probably end up replacing that too. It's going to need replaced anyway. They just... There you go. They're off. The only thing that's got it now is the ground. Now that's unhooked. We need new hose anyway. That stuff's super hard. Hard as a brick. There you go. Alright guys, well like I said, we're going to harvest these big pieces. Let me cut these rivets off of here and cut this bolt right off right here. We got these straps coming with the tank. Alright guys, well those came off without no drama. Just had to press them out a little bit with the punch. And we got them. Alright, so the parts are supposed to come tomorrow. We'll clean this stuff up a little bit and we'll pick this up when we get the new parts here. Alright guys, well it's actually about 2 weeks later. I ordered the tank from AutoZone. I don't know what happened. You have to ask them. They said they ordered it, the wrong one came in. Then they said, okay, we'll reorder it. They reordered it. They said it'll be here in 2 days. A week went by. I got tired of waiting, canceled. And then I just ordered it from Summit on July 3rd. And it showed up 2 days later on July 5th. So I don't know what AutoZone's problem is. And I got it a lot cheaper. All right, it's a Spectrum. It's nothing fancy. But it is an exact replacement. Everything's right where the other one is. Came with a new nut with a gasket for closing the sender. We have a new sender in the house we're going to use. That one don't look old from the outside, but on the inside it's kind of crummy, so we're going to change it. The only thing different I see is the lips folded down. That's probably from the strap hugging it, so we will fold that down a little bit. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned and we're gonna mask off the holes and we're gonna get it primed and painted. All right, well, we put a etching primer on the tank. We scuffed it first, put an etching primer on there, and now I'm just gonna paint it with this all surface enamel professional. We just want to get it coated so we got something on there. Then we'll move on to prepping the straps. Right. Alright guys, while the paint's setting up, I'm prepping these gas tank bracket straps for the C30, and I'll show you how I do it. There's a lot of stuff out there about how to attach the strap to the old brackets. I use the button head bolts because they're still below grade, and then on the other side I use a nylock nut so they won't vibrate loose. Some guys do the same thing, but they use the elevator bolts that are just flat, which is fine. I just think the button heads are stronger and they're still below grade. And then some people even just rivet them on, so I guess it's whatever floats your boat. This is how I do it. As for replacing the sound deadening material, the original stuff is like it's almost like a tar paper with some cardboard to it or whatever, and it slides around and moves around. I decided just to use the Kilmet. I have it laying around the shop,
why not? I read some guys use leather belts. They have replacement kits for it, don't get me wrong, but you can't go wrong with Killmat. It's adhesive on the back, so it sticks right to the strap. It's not going to move around. And then when I got these pieces, I'm going to glue them on in a minute to the rest of the bracket. And let's face it, it's just to prevent it from squeaking when you're going down the road. All right, well, I'm trying to get these straps on, and they come up just a hair short, so we're gonna have to, like, just like on the tank we took out, the flanges were bent down a little bit on both sides. All right. I don't think I was taking this apart right. I just took the bolts right out and dropped it. I cut the straps when I pulled it out. I guess to each their own. May have to get a pair of pliers and just bend them down. Maybe I'll do that with a adjustable wrench. You just need that little bit to grab them bolts. Got enough paint where we could touch up anything tomorrow. We're not really worried about it. That might be enough right there, but I'm going to do the other side as well. Bring you over and show you in a minute. Go overboard. There we go. Alright guys, bring you over and give you a close-up view, show you. I'm sure you've all done this. This is like, I think this is my first or second. I think I did one with my buddy years ago. I can't remember, but I was just a kid if I did. And so I just bent the flange down a little bit on both sides. We'll touch that up with the paint when we get these on there. Alright, and that's just to get a little more room to get these studs on to the tank. All right, well, we got the clamps on there, and like I said, I learned a lesson. I cut these whenever I took them off, and it's all coming back to me now. You leave these on, they hold it, and you take the 8 bolts out, and we got, what is it, 5 hoses: the filler neck, the overflow, and the vent, return, and feed out. All right, so we're just going to try to, we got this set down in there. It's just the float, and it's got a rubber O-ring for a sealer. Put this down in there correctly. That's where it sits, right there in the tank. And then I believe these nuts, I should read the directions. I'm not good at reading directions. I think that you put the nut upside down like this with the piece facing up, and then you just turn it around, and then we'll get a screwdriver and we'll hit this tab until it touches that, and that tightens it down. All right guys, well, I'm setting up to try to put this in. I've learned a lot of lessons on this. I haven't put a gas tank in a Squarebody. I think I did it once or twice with my buddy years and years ago, and I'm learning as I go. Now I know why they have that hole is bigger on the frame on this side, because I'll probably have to loosen this strap back up after I bolt the front one in, because there's not an access hole for that nut. So we'll see. I mean, you know, I put the straps on where I think they go. I mean, right in the middle of the tank area, but it still could be off a little bit one way or the other. Now I'm just working on putting these fuel lines back on. I'm trying to look at the easiest way to snake them in there. I'm sure somebody's screaming at the screen right now telling me there's an easier way, and I'm sure you're right, but I don't see it right now.
So I'll just use my propping bucket for a minute. See if that'll work. I gotta plug in the power source real quick. Oh, I tell you guys, that was tough. I mean, some things are easy for one guy and tougher for another. This one was tough for me to get those. I don't know if you can see those lines right there, to get them on there. I mean, I made them like an inch longer than the other one. I tried originally to do them the exact same size. I just couldn't get it high enough, so I just put them on the hose as best I could, and I think they're good now. I'll tell you what, that one was fun. So let me get the rest of the bolts in, and then we'll take a look at it. All right, guys. Well, we got the tank bolted up. Everything looks good. That was fun. I use that word loosely, fun, but it's in, you know. Hey, the nuts stick down a little further for this cover, but that's all right. What I'm gonna do now is I brought a can of paint anywhere I got a scratch. You can see one right there, not much, but I'm just gonna polish that up. I looked in there. I don't know if you guys could see in there with the flashlight. Everything's hooked up, everything looks good, so it should work. I'll test it at some point. I still got 3/4 of a tank in the other gas tank, and I haven't been driving this truck because of the hot start issue that I do need to get resolved, and I will get resolved. I'm going to start messing with that during the week because I really want to drive this truck. But you guys see that oil right there that's newly formed on the driveway from this truck? That's the last of the leaks, and it looks like it's transmission fluid. And this thing does pop out of gear and sort of slippy, so I'm going to talk to my buddies and see what their guy would want to get me another 400 transmission in here, or rebuild this one so that we don't have those problems. We don't want transmission leaks or problems slipping and all that. So it's probably hauled a lot of stuff through the years, and it's probably just strung out, you know. This was like, do you tell this was, I think that I found a card or something. I think this belonged to a cement company, so you know it was pulling big heavy equipment and everything else its life, so it probably needs a good freshening up. All right, maybe I'll take a hand at it. I don't know. I've seen them for sale on like Jegs and Summit, and my buddy got one, and you know, sometimes you still end up having to do something to them and all this and that, so you know, it's only a 400, so they're around. All right, that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The gas tank's in. I'm happy about that. We're just chipping away, just one little job at a time with this truck. Like I said, I'm going to start working on the hot start issues next, and we'll start checking stuff off the list for that. We'll just keep moving along. That's all well and good, but right now I'm still trying to make room in the garage because I'm going to be bringing the Nova in. We're going to start cutting sheet metal out of that. We're going to be painting the 55. I'm going to be jumping all over the place. I don't want to stay on one thing too long and get burned out. So I hope you guys don't get burned out either, you know. All right, so if you haven't yet, please consider hitting the subscribe button, the like button, all those things that help us. It doesn't cost you anything, and it sure does help me. Take care, everybody.